first of all, hi Shannon. Welcome to Bollywood Bubble. How are you doing? How have you been?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
So it's been like more than 7 months now that we're living in a pandemic and life has changed in a lot of ways for a lot of people. How has it changed for you, and what have you learned in all of these days?
It has definitely changed a lot for me. I feel like, my perspective of life has completely been changed, over the course of this pandemic. And it just got me to think more deeply about, life and how that we don't really have a lot of time. Who knows the future? So, we should always do everything that we want to do in the present, like right now. And so, yeah.
So, before I ask you any other thing, let's jump on to the main thing that I needed to talk to you about is your song Run. And it's such a fantastic video. I just went through it. The voice, you sound so amazing. And I love the way you've given a Western glam touch as well as an Indian, feel to the whole thing. And I think you carried everything and every look with a lot of grace. And I also went through the comments section, and I was just seeing that there's nobody who's there to troll or write anything negative. People have been loving what you did. You tell me, when did this plan come up? How did you begin? And tell me everything about this.
Well, let's start off with, making the music. I feel like I wanted to write something based on my past experiences. That's what I usually do. I'm always inspired by my surroundings or, my experiences that I want to share with others, and also kind of, have a little message behind the song. And yeah, so Run basically talks about having self-confidence and, believing in yourself and believing in your dreams, no matter how big or how overambitious it may sound. To just keep going. And I had this amazing producer, Canadian producer called Sean Fisher, who worked with me to make this amazing melody and music. So it was just amazing. The process was so fast, actually, because we were just vibing and the energy was, in the studio. So I had a lot of fun, doing all the vocals. And then coming to the video part, it was just awesome because not only, was my sister a part of it because she directed the video, but also because I got to go down to Jaipur and actually, film there, being surrounded by like the beautiful scenery and, getting to be near like the authentic Jaipur, vibe, which is like the camel and like the fort, the palace, and me wearing this beautiful traditional outfit. I think, it was just a great, experience for me, and that's what I wanted to bring into, my music video, to showcase that I'm from like two worlds. I can be Indian and I can also be American, and just kind of have a little fusion of both of the worlds. So yeah.
Also, talking of, showing Jaipur, I must say you've showed it very beautifully, very vibrant and colorful. Tell me, what is that one thing that you love the most about India?
One thing that I love most about India, I think that would have to be the culture, the history of India. It's always really fascinating to hear, about like the history overall. And where, I come from. It's always really great. And I feel very, privileged to be Indian, and somehow represent that sort of culture and roots over here in the States. So, yeah.
There are, talking about music, there are two kind of people. Somebody gets it from their genes and somebody really works hard for it. Which category do you belong to in the two of them?
I'd say a lot of people would assume that it's, within the genes, but unfortunately it's not, because I am an adopted child. Learn, from scratch. And and yeah, I mean, I was always inspired and influenced by Dad, of course, hearing his songs. And I remember just like, as a toddler, I would just beg him to take me to his recording sessions, and I would just sit there and watch him do his thing. And yeah, so, it wasn't something that was inside of me from the very beginning, but yes, I did have a passion for singing, for acting, for dancing, and I just kept learning and kept going.
I'll just say one thing, because this is because I've gone through all the comment section of your tracks and everything, and I've seen that a lot of people now in Bollywood, be it songs or be anything related to the art medium, people get trolled very easily. People get pulled down very easily. But when it comes to you, I saw that people have been showering a lot of love, and there's nobody talking crap, literally. But when you see other people, they get to hear all of this. So doesn't it ever kind of, get you some sort of fear inside you that what if somebody says something nasty like that to me?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, it wasn't always like this, started my career. I mean, I got lots and lots of hate comments. I had, haters more than lovers, I guess. I attracted them faster. But yeah, I mean, it was just really hard. And I feel like that's the downside of being an artist, or, of just being in front of the camera. You have to face trolls and haters who won't really appreciate you or like you. But then you have to kind of remember that you're doing it for yourself, and you're also, just giving away your work and sharing it across people and your fans, especially, those who actually love you and admire your work. You're doing it for them. And coming back to the trolls, I mean, there was a time where I just didn't know how to handle it, because I've never, been through a situation like this. I mean, I've always, my parents have always taught me, they brought me up as a normal kid. I mean, I didn't really get that VIP treatment, where you say, like a celebrity kid life or something. But yeah, so I just didn't know how to handle all these things. And I must say that it was a very terrible phase that I went through, because I was young, and I just started to, and all these hate comments really had a massive impact on me, because I thought that, oh wait, nobody's liking me, nobody's liking my music. That means there's something wrong with me. Did I like make a wrong decision? Am I not good enough? And all these thoughts made me, super depressed, and that led me to, self-harm. But fortunately, I had my family's back, and my friends and my loved ones who supported me and who brought me out of the black hole, and, who showed me that I am who I am, and, who just brought me up and motivated me. So, yeah.
So I'm going to take one question on this as well. Your brother Jaan Kumar is participating in the most controversial show in India, called Bigg Boss, and it's the season 14, I believe. What do you have to say on that, and what did you speak to him about that? Because it's really, it's chaotic, but it's fun. People love watching it too. So what is it that you think of it?
Well, I've heard a lot about, the show Bigg Boss, and I've also heard a lot about, Jaan, especially from Dad. I know that he's super, super talented. He's an amazing singer. And honestly, I wish him nothing but the best for the future and for Bigg Boss. And I'm sure that he will do amazing.
If somebody asks you to, kind of take a step like that, probably just be a part of a reality show and, show the world how you really are, would you be interested in something like
that? I think it would, it always takes a lot of guts to get into a reality show like that, and be yourself, and also come across all sorts of people. It does sound scary, so I might think twice, or I might take a year or two to think about it, but I would give it a try.
All right. So Shannon, also to know you a little bit more, I'm just going to ask you some questions with your relationship with food. All right,
Okay.
food. So it's going to be fun questions. It's not going to be annoying at all. Let me just open the chart and yeah. So basically, this is just starting off with normal questions. What is the? How do you usually start your day? What's the first thing that you intake?
Um, I start off with coffee.
Okay, you're a coffee
Yes,
lover. And
absolutely.
and are you somebody who follows some sort of diet routine? Because there are so many now. No, there's keto, there's blood group diet. Is there something that you follow?
I'm not really strict on, my diet, but yes, I make sure that I'm intaking lots of protein and, of course, vegetables and fruits, and pick healthier options over unhealthy options. But sometimes I do crave for, a little bit of sweet. So, yeah.
Are you one of those girls who kind of have really bad mood swings when they don't get food on time, especially when really hungry?
Yes, I think so. Because sometimes when I'm like, working all day, or when I'm in a recording session or a video shoot or something, I completely forget about food because I'm in, my mood and I'm just working. But when I come home, I'm just like, I realize, oh my gosh, I am so hungry. I haven't had anything all day. And then I just I turn into a Hulk. Um, and I'm just like, just give me anything. And I would literally go into my kitchen and grab anything that's there. And that's when, I don't care if it's healthy or unhealthy. I'm just like drinking milk, I'm having fruits, I'm having snacks, I'm having like all sorts of crazy things.
Also, tell us of your favorite cuisine and your favorite restaurant.
My favorite cuisine would have to be Italian and Indian. Though it's a little spicy, so I usually kind of, pick and choose. And I'd say my favorite restaurant, um, there's this place in West Hollywood. It's called Takea, and it's a vegan restaurant. And I absolutely love, all the bowls and salads that they give. So, yeah.
Okay, tell me what's the weirdest thing that you've ever had in your life? Weirdest.
Weirdest, huh? I think when when you go into like a really fancy or weird restaurant, and their cuisines you just don't understand because they're written in different language, and then you just kind of order it based on like how fancy it sounds, and then once you get it, you're just like, oh my gosh, that okay, I regret ordering that. So I guess I had one of those moments, where I just didn't know what it was, and I had a bite. Fortunately, it was vegetarian, but there were like some really weird vegetables that I had never seen in my entire life, and I was just like, I don't think I want to have this.
Also, there was one type of dish that you had, if you had no choice at all. Okay, if there was just one kind of dish that you had to have for the rest of your life, which one would you pick?
Ooh, I'd say pasta.
Aha! High five for that. I'd say that too. All right. Also, let me ask you one more thing. That would be the first thing that you ever learned to cook when it comes to food.
Okay. The first thing that I ever learned to cook, this was back in school because we had, food tech as well. And I think the first thing we learned was how to make, I think it was either how to make spaghetti or it was how to make like cookies. So, yeah, I'm terrible at cooking. I have no idea how that all works. I always love people who know how to cook. That means my sister, my mom, and my dad. But I always say I'm the kind of person who eats. So you always have to have those kind of people, or else nobody's gonna have a little taste of the food. But yeah, I think making baking cookies and everything was definitely fun, and I would like to try it again.
Wow. Also, without taking a lot of your time, there are a lot of people who love you and who would be watching this interview. So, what is it that you want to say to them and for the love that they've been giving to Run? We're going to be touching a million very soon, and then I'm sure it's going to be going even more further. It does deserve all the love, and with the kind of efforts you've put, there's just something that people would want to hear from you as a message.
Well, I just want to say, first of all, I would like to thank all my fans and, all the people who've showed so much love and support to my song Run and, to all of my songs till now. And I hope that they keep loving me and yeah, just spreading positivity and love. And I just want to tell the people that, to never stop believing in yourself. That's the most important thing. To have passion, for your work and just to keep going because you are made for a reason to shine. So it's time that you shine.
And there's one message that I would want to give you on behalf of all your fans and Bollywood Bubble, of course, that, please continue to do what you're doing because you're amazing at it and we love watching it. We really like the video. We honestly did, and that is why I'm saying this. And keep coming up with more tracks that, we get to have a conversation all over again.
Thank you so much. Thank
you. Thank you so much for your time. It was lovely talking, Shannon.
Same here. I had so much fun, especially the food segment was amazing.
Thank you. See you soon. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
Bye.